Live from Who Fucking Cares Anymore, this is the Podworms Spacecast. The Podworms are 7 lifelong friends who record a podcast together. Welcome to the Spacecast. Hey everybody, welcome back to week, 4 or something of the quarantine cast. We got a great show for you today. We're so excited you're here. The whole gang is joining us live on what might be a compromised Zoom call. Let me introduce you to the guys in the show today. We have one half of the Deadly Brother duo. It's Mike McCoy.
Deadly Brother roll call.
And we have his Deadly Brother just across the hall. Well, technically across a wall. It's a duplex.
Across the wall.
It's Kevin McCoy.
End of the Deadly Brother roll call.
We have our DJ, producer, all-around great guy, Chase Golka.
Hello.
Our little buddy, Jim Charters.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
The bad boy of quarantine, Phil Williams.
COVID is about to get fucked up.
And we have Papa Petey Freeze.
Oh my God. No.
The whole goddamn crew is here. And for good reason. We have a great show. I know some of you, even though you're not driving around all the time or you're just stuck in your house, you're still listening to this show. And we care about you. And that's why we're here delivering some more great content. We've got pod mail. We're going to catch up with all the fun things we've been doing since we've been locked in our houses. Kevin's been thinking pretty hard about Angels in the Outfield. And we're going to end the show with a new game called Quarantine This or That. So stay tuned. Before we get into all the fun stuff, I want to catch you guys up on just a little bit of shenanigans going on here at the LeClaire household. So as you know, at the time of recording this, we are still locked in the house, not allowed to go anywhere. And that means that really no one's going out and no one's coming in. And that means, in my eyes at least, I can't have repair people coming into my house, even if I might need them.
Which seems to be maybe a weekly occurrence for your house.
Yeah,
It's somewhat often. Yeah, that's the problem. And here's the thing is that it feels like once I can't have anybody come in to fix things, everything starts breaking, including my garbage disposal, which is it's a key thing to have functioning because I got a lot of garbage to dispose of. And it's just the other day started clinking around in a real bad way. And, you know, typically when you hear the in the garbage disposal, maybe you dropped a fork in there and you just got to go down there and grab it. And I don't know, have you guys ever dropped a fork down your garbage disposal?
Oh, yeah.
I have, but I haven't turned it on after the fork was in there.
Well, you mean you noticed it before you turned it on?
Yeah, I saw a fork go down and then I was like, got to get that out. That could be bad.
Okay. Now, when you go to grab it out, do you use your fingers or do you use a tool to remove it? So you have to get your fingers down there in the death pit.
You know, I used my fingers. I did the time that I'm thinking of. I used my fingers. Yeah, that maybe wasn't the safest route.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I've reached my whole hand down there before.
Yeah, same. I dropped my wedding ring down
bottle caps.
Wait, for real?
Classic.
Oh yeah.
Didn't you run it before, or did you know and grab it before you ran it?
Oh, I've never run anything through there other than,
Garbage.
Measuring spoons,
sure.
But the wedding ring's fine. I just don't actually know where my wedding ring is right now.
You should probably keep it on your finger.
Yeah, that's ideal.
And it's usually the spot it goes.
Well, I've been in quarantine for 2 weeks. And I don't know where I put it.
What, you don't think you're not going to get hit on while you're at home?
I might have left it at the office. I don't know.
Oh. Maybe it's in the garbage disposal.
It can't go back now.
Well, when I drop shit down the disposal, I guess I'm not as perfect as you guys are. I sometimes run it without noticing. That's the truth. Hey, just being honest with you guys, I'll run it sometimes and you'll hear the little clacking sound, which if you don't remember, sounds like it's a horrible noise.
Definitely.
And so
Terrible.
I'll grab like some tongs because I'm not going to risk my fingers getting shredded in the garbage disposal. I need to.
So hold on. Do you leave it on? You're just you hear the clunk. You're like, I got to get that out of there. And you're just getting the tongs. It's still going.
Well, yeah, there's
you're getting chewed up by the garbage disposal.
Wait, but also, how deep is your garbage disposal? Can't you like see the top of the fork from the thing?
I don't know, 2 or 3 feet.
Okay,
it's
well,
deep,
that's
man.
Oh, he has it at the bottom of the well he has out back.
Oh, yeah, it's like a deep,
very deep
disposal well. Yeah, okay.
Deep.
It's deep, and I gotta keep it running because time is of the essence.
Right, you got a lot of garbage to dispose.
I do turn it off. I was paranoid that there might be some like rogue current that runs through at the exact same time I'm reaching my fingers in there.
You know, you can unplug it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just plugged in underneath your sink.
Yeah, into the wall.
When I've had to like really get in there, I've just unplugged it underneath when we used to have one. I don't have one anymore because the garbage disposal is pointless. It just makes your sink stink.
Yeah, that's
pointless. I don't think
it's entirely pointless. There's no need for a garbage disposal.
You throw a lemon or a lime down there, and you're golden.
No.
Oh my god, that's the best.
What do you do what do you do if you are eating a bowl of chili and
compost?
You didn't finish all the chili.
Compost.
But then you got wet stuff you're throwing into a garbage. You know,
we have a compost bin.
Save your money on the garbage disposal and just buy nice trash bags.
We use the paper bags from Safeway or the QFC.
So you're pouring wet bag
for that
compost.
Peter has all his
paper bags
on the bottom.
It's like a 10-step walk to the compost bin to throw away the chili.
Yeah,
so
the wet.
So Peter's sink Peter's sink smells real nice, but the outside of Peter's house is fucking rancid.
No, the
other
inside
side
of
of
his
the
house
garage.
because it's inside. It's
covered
in your
it's
kitchen?
inside. Oh, it's just
Or
you
in
just
your
put the
garage?
stink in a different spot that you can't actually like unstink.
Doesn't stink. It smells like coffee grounds.
Ugh, see, that's
Wait.
Stinky.
I'm not saying that coffee grounds smell bad, but it doesn't stink. It smells like coffee grounds. That sounds like it has an odor. It has an odor. It doesn't stink. It just smells like coffee grounds and trash and terrible.
When I was growing up, I never had a garbage disposal. We had one at the apartment that we lived in for a while. Hated it. Super stinky.
Hated it. How do you hate a garbage disposal?
Stinky. It's dirty, and you lose your wedding ring in it.
Oh
that's
my
true.
god!
That's what it's really all about.
How slippery is your wedding ring? Has some slippery fingers.
Size?
I don't think it's the wedding ring that's slippery.
Okay. All right. So I drop shit down the disposal. And so this time when I heard shit clanking around, I figured I had dropped a fork or something and did my normal of looking around for it, got my tongs out, and I'm kind of peeling back like it's a little curtain kind of thing. You guys with garbage disposals know. It's like a little kind of plastic bib that goes around the exterior of the little, what do you call it?
It's like a little
Drain.
like a little sphincter for the drain.
Exactly. It looks like a sphincter.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find a fork, and a fork is not small. So I figured, well, this is quite strange. Maybe there's something internally fucked up about my disposal. And that's not good because, again, can't have anybody come in. Maybe there's like a ball bearing that's missing. Maybe it's some engine problems. I have no idea. And I kind of, just like most things in my house that go wrong mechanically, I just kind of hope and pray that it's going to go away after a few days, just kind of sort itself out like my toilet. And it didn't. Well, I didn't see a fork, so I figured it had to be something mechanical.
And he couldn't actually feel anything because he was using tongs. And if you had stuck your hand in there, you probably would have pulled something out, right?
Yeah, probably.
Wait, also, can we go 3 steps backwards?
Yeah,
what about your toilet?
Yeah,
do you leave and then 3 days later it's fine?
Well, I think I told you guys, I may have mentioned this a few episodes ago, but I was using those wipes, right? And coincidentally enough, like my toilet started kind of gurgling and kind of running for a long time.
I remember this now.
I figured it was rejecting the wipes. At the same time, my property management company sent out an email blast to everybody that they manage, just kind of literally coincidentally. It said damage from wipes to the septic tank or sewage system, whatever it is a responsibility of the renter and they'll have to pay for like whatever damage and repairs, and it could be like tens of thousands of dollars. And so I'm like, and so I basically just said to Emily, I said, I'm going to use the other toilet for a little bit and just let it sort itself out because it's going to work its way out. And you know what? It did. It sounds fine now.
That's great.
You continue to use the wipes.
The funny thing is, I stopped using them, and then after it like resolved itself, I'm like, well, I guess it's good now. And then I started using them again.
Might as well use them again.
I started using them again, and then it got fucked up again. And I was like, well, I guess I'm really done this time, or am I?
Time to take a break.
Take a break.
As a tangent, I almost broke my toilet about a couple weeks ago installing a bidet.
Ooh.
Oh, how is that?
The bidet, A+, love it. Changed my life. But the problem is that installing it, there's very clear instructions they give you because toilets are very simple. So there's only moving parts in it, except for what's on the inside. But what happened was when I was unscrewing the water line that connects to the back of the toilet to put in the junction for the bidet, I unscrewed the bolt that there's a nut above what you're supposed to do. And I unscrewed that and it started twisting the whole apparatus inside the toilet. And it started bending the plunger on the inside, the metal part, to the point where I was like, I tried to fill it back up and then it just wouldn't stop. And I was like, this is just going to overflow and we're going to have a big problem. So I had to like take the whole thing apart and straighten out the metal on like the floating ball deal and then put everything back together. It was a big disaster, but
it's funny that you say this bidet changed your life because our roommate just got a bidet for upstairs and he has yet to install it, but it's just sitting.
He didn't just get it. It's been sitting there tantalizing us for like 3 weeks.
It's been there for a while and he just set it on the back of the toilet there. And it's like the back of the box of the bidet. And I'm going to like take a piss and I'm just laughing because the back of it has like testimonials from like customers. And in quotes, it says shit like bidet is love, bidet is life. And things like it changed my life and all this other stuff. And I'm like, who are these people that are so hyped about a goddamn bidet?
Like Jim, obviously.
Yeah,
he just said it changed his life.
I know, dude. And I was like, wow, maybe there is something to it. And maybe
it was lost before.
They seem fake. It seems like they're way fake.
I used the bidet for 2 weeks in the Philippines because every where you go that's a public restroom does not have toilet paper.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
And it's a rude awakening because you walk in there and then you're having the runs and you're like, oh no. And the bidet is not superior.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Wow. Bidet.
It's not.
Well,
now, maybe if I grew up with it.
Peter,
you don't have anything to dry off afterwards.
Would you say it changed your life, Peter?
In a negative way, yes. I got a lot of scars.
So they're right.
Interesting. Okay.
He has PTSD.
Also, why is no one calling Phil for these home appliance problems?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't want to chime in until now. I wanted to like hear what Andrew had to say, but literally at the bottom of the garbage disposal, there's a little nipple, and it's got an Allen key nut, and that's the only way that you can fix anything. You use an Allen key, go it back and forth, it'll dislodge whatever's down there, and if it doesn't do that, replace the disposal. That's the only thing that you can do on them.
That's the only thing you can do, Andrew. Obviously,
you fucking idiot.
I mean, it takes 14 seconds to Google how to fix a garbage disposal.
Go get your Allen set and fix it.
Well, okay. So luckily, I use my patented technique of waiting a few days and expecting it to sort itself out. It didn't work, but then Emily came in the office one day. She's like, "Andrew, come here. I think I figured out what's wrong with the disposal." And I looked in there, and sure enough, there were rocks in the disposal.
What the fuck?
How did rocks get in there?
Stanley.
There was like we had some potted plants that were on the sill above the disposal. And I guess we had knocked some of the little pebbles or the rocks from the potted plant into the disposal, and that's what sounded like there was rocks banging around the disposal.
Oh, rocks! That was it.
In the disposal. Yeah. So I just had to get my rocks out. Get my rocks off.
May I suggest that you be put in charge of our coronavirus response because you're patented. Wait a few days and see how it shakes out.
Actually, good advice in this case.
Not bad.
Wait a long time. Long time.
Real long time.
Wait a month.
Don't do anything.
And then respond.
I mean, you guys can feel free and give that technique a try at your house and see how it goes.
Yeah, well,
I
absolutely.
might next time.
You know who's got a really good dropping something in the disposal story? Kevin McCoy.
Really?
He's got a good one.
Oh man. So back in that must have been 2010. Me and Mike were both still living at home, and I had bought a goldfish to be a part of the science show.
Oh no.
His name was named the goldfish Winston Churchill. And his little fish bowl got all dirty, and I didn't have like all the fish stuff. I had a bowl, I had a goldfish, I had a little bit of rocks, and like some like little, I don't know, like, underwater scuba man, like, and like maybe some fake plants in there, and then a bunch of fish food. And that's what I had. I didn't have like a little net or like a spare bowl or anything. Or even like one of those bubblers. So anyways, I take it downstairs. It's early in the morning because it's just his bowl's starting to get gross. And Mike's sitting there eating, I think, like Honey Nut Cheerios or something.
Yum.
And days.
I'm like curious how I'm going to get this fish out of the bowl. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I'll just get a glass of water, put him in it for a second. And I like went over and grabbed a spoon, and I was like, I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to try it. So I got the spoon in, like, first try, spoon in, grab the goldfish, scoop him up. And it's like, just like the easiest thing I've ever done. And I'm moving it over to pour him into the cup. And he just does a little, like, literally right before I like twist it to like drop him in, he does a little flip and just goes straight up and immediately down the garbage disposal. And Mike sees the whole, like, he didn't hit the bottom of the sink and flap around. He just went straight into the garbage disposal.
Holy shit, dude.
Obi.
And Mike was sitting there with his spoon, and he takes a bite, and then he sees that, and he just goes, oh. and like, I actually really liked this goldfish. It was like, I liked it. I thought it was a cool thing. I had just gotten him like a week and a half before and was pretty stoked on him, which is why I was taking time to like make sure his bowl's all clean and everything. And so I turned to Mike and I go, I know this is funny, but I'm going to laugh later. And I turned on the water faucet and turned on the disposal.
Holy
and
shit.
then because I mean, like, the options are he's just going to go swim in garbage and die that way, or he's going to die quickly in a disposal.
Oh no!
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Even though I like that goldfish, I was not putting my hand down into the dispenser for a 27-cent goldfish.
Oh.
Wow, I'm learning a lot about you, Kevin, by that story. Jesus Christ.
Get him out.
Holy shit.
Did you have a pair of tongs nearby?
No tongs, no nothing.
Oh, no. What was his name again?
Winston Churchill.
R.I.P.
The story goes longer because we went all the way to Winston Churchill the fourth, but
What did you throw the other ones in a gas chamber or incinerate the other ones? What other cruel methods did you dispose of these with?
So if we're gonna get into it, the two of them, I just woke up and they were dead. Like, no idea what happened. They just did not
murder
fit the water. They just like
They self-drowning. But
I did all the same things
They drowned
with the water and all the things.
into the air. Just stay.
Yeah, apparently goldfish are really like sensitive. Like, if you want to like switch the water they're in, you're supposed to like slowly over days like get rid of some of the water, but put in a little bit of new water. Like, it's just like they're like just begging to die. Apparently, learned a lot about goldfish in this song. We get to Winston Churchill the fourth, and like we're living at home, and this goldfish, it was on my desk in my bedroom, and it would go to the top of the bowl every night when I'm trying to sleep and just go like making like lapping sounds. and it would just like constantly be like, there was no food. I hadn't put food in there. It was just constantly like sucking the top of the water, making noise. And I fucking hated this fish because it was like hours. Like I can't even make the sound as loud as that fish was making it. It was just like someone was licking something in your ear as I'm trying to sleep. And I asked my mom, like, there's a table downstairs. I'm like, can I just put the goldfish bowl down here? Like, I'll keep it clean. It'll look nice. And like, my parents were like, no way. It has to be upstairs and it has to be in your room. Like, we're not letting the goldfish anywhere else. So for like 2 weeks, I like sat there, like just like flexing as I'm trying to sleep because I'm just so angry. I want to like punch this tiny little being in the face because I just want it to die. I'm like wanting this one to die. And then eventually, after a few weeks, it did die when I cleaned his bowl out again.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well,
so
we know
happy.
never to get you a fish ever.
If you're going on vacation, Kevin is not the man to feed your fish.
Yeah.
I used to get paid to feed our grandpa's koi fish when he went on vacation.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
remember,
And
Mike,
what
when
are
you
they like
got
now?
do you remember when you had that party at our house and people gave you, like, they came up with a bag and just gave you like 50 goldfish in a single bag?
I remember that.
What?
Yeah, vaguely. Was that like?
Yeah.
That must. I don't know what party
It was in high school. They must have spent
been
like $15 on goldfish, and like, but literally by the end of the night, the entire bag was basically goldfish and feces. Like, that was after one night.
Didn't you try to like disperse them throughout the rest of the people that were there? You were trying to give them away.
Oh, I'm sure. God, I actually really so vaguely remember that. That seems like something I should remember. I wasn't drunk.
Wait, did you just throw them in the dryer afterwards?
Yeah, must have. Yeah, probably.
Oh my God.
Can't deal with this.
Different
Well,
appliance.
that's what garbage disposals are for.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of
Ying, just dump them in and leave it on.
turn it on, dump it in.
Little goldfish blender.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you can't do that with a compost pile, huh, Peter?
Yeah.
We lost him.
Yeah, I know. That's why I got to say that. Before we hop into some pod mail, Mike, you have been living your life in your house. How's that been going?
You know, it's been pretty uneventful. I think, as with most people, it's fairly uneventful. It's either really uneventful or you're working a ton more just remotely, or you're working at work. I think in this group of people, we're all basically at home. But the most interesting thing that happened to me was last week. I put my my garbage can out because it was garbage night, and then the next morning, I went out there. The garbage can was gone.
Oh, what?
The whole can?
Yep.
It was gone.
Everybody else's can was still in place, like it was already dumped, but our garbage can was gone. And this happened on April Fool's Day. And yeah, it was a really weird mystery. Called up the guy, called up like the waste management company, and I was like, "Hey, so we got an interesting situation. The garbage can's gone." And he was like, "Oh no, this happens all the time." Apparently, like the garbage dude probably came out with and picked up the can, had the wrong size on the like automatic thing, dumped our trash, and then our trash can just fell out. And then he's like, "Nah, fuck it, I'm not going back there."
It's trash now.
Yeah, so our whole trash can became trash.
So you had the wrong like robotic claws to pick up your trash.
I guess.
Slipped right through 'em.
I was like talking to the guy from Waste Management. I was like, this would be an interesting April Fool's joke. And he was like, this would be the wrong time to be pulling April Fool's jokes.
You guys serious about trash?
I can't even imagine getting the calls right now.
Oh my God.
Dude,
did you get a new one?
I'm supposed to 6:00 tonight. I guess I was supposed to get one about 30 minutes ago.
No.
I haven't checked. I can check at the end of the episode. Let you know.
Yeah, definitely check. I want to know.
Did we get that trash can finally?
I would imagine it's probably
Oh,
go ahead, Kevin.
I was going to say, since it was April 1st, they like at least Julia's first thought was, did Kevin prank us?
Oh yeah, that's right. Julia's like, this was. She was like we went on a like little morning walk, and that's how we noticed the trash can was gone early in the morning, and she was like convinced. She was like, no, this is definitely Kevin. Like we texted him last night that it was trash night because we remembered that it was late and his trash cans were still out, and I was like, there's just no way that this was Kevin.
and there was like a little box of Nutella sitting out there on the ground where their garbage can should have been.
It's like,
you have to use that. Might have been my calling card.
You have to use this little Nutella cup from now on.
I just wish that all of your neighbors' garbage cans were gone, and it was just a guy his first day on the job, and he's like, "Oh, I'm full already. That's weird.
Better head back.
This is an easy job. I'm 3 houses and I'm full."
My garbage can was still there, and it was right next to Mike's. So my working theory is that Mike set it out there wrong.
Yeah, did you put it out on the curb wrong?
Yeah, I must have had it cocked 45 degrees to the left.
Yeah, he put it out there backwards.
Labels out. You dunce.
It's just the wheels are out to the street. That's enough. They're like
backwards.
This motherfucker thinks he owns the world. I'm taking this can. This is my can now.
Speaking of garbage cans, I'm due for a very awkward conversation with Waste Management because we're responsible for the lawn care at our house, and we moved in September, so like we're not mowing the lawn. It's getting pretty long, and I literally selected the smallest yard waste container that you can select. It's like smaller than our actual garbage can in the kitchen, and our lawn is gigantic. So
yeah, shit. That's funny that you mentioned that because I was looking at the lawn today because I went outside because it's so nice. I was like, oh, it's so nice out here, and then I looked down at our lawn and I was like, fuck, dude, we gotta handle that at some point.
I mean, to do a terrible segue, we could make our own Field of Dreams in our backyard. It's so much grass.
Yeah,
well, I know Kevin has some thoughts about Field of Dreams. I want to hear that in a second. First, we want to hear from our 9th podworm, the 8th being Daniel, the editor, the 9th being Clive from South Africa.
Whoa.
Clive.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've heard from Clive. If you want to write us pod mail, by the way, pwspacecast@gmail.com is where we read them and receive them. He writes in and says, "Greetings, Podrentines. Clive here. We find ourselves in an unprecedented situation with the majority of the world stuck behind closed doors with their families. It is important that we not lose sight of the important things, namely the annoying habits of our housemates that irritate the heck out of us.
Mm-hmm.
Some examples. My niece and mother turn up the TV too loud. They also never close the tap fully. That is actually really annoying.
That's so obnoxious.
It's also pretty telling that he lives with his niece, which means he lives with his brother and or sister and his mom. That's a lot of roommates.
Yeah,
it's
a lot of roommates. I was thinking about that. People who have like big families and everybody's stuck at home, man. Oh.
Yeah, jeez.
Brutal.
A lot of space.
He says, our toilet cistern tends to let water run into the bowl if you neglect to wiggle the handle, which they never do. This means I'm always having to leave my room to do that for them. My room is right next to the bathroom. If the water's running, I can hear it almost perfectly. Sounds like Kevin's nightmare. My brother keeps using 2 packets of noodles every time he wants a snack. The noodles come in packs of 5. He snacks a lot, which means I'm consistently missing out on those good starchy worms.
Dude.
Must be South African slang. Starchy worms.
Must be. And someone keeps dumping their dirty dishes in the sink, despite the house agreement that everyone should wash their own dishes after using them. Our kitchen is a mess. Guess who has to clean it up? I'm guessing Clive.
Wow.
I'm pretty certain new things will crop up as time progresses. This has been a lesson in patience. I know I'm not alone in this struggle. So what things come to mind about the people you live with that rub you the wrong way? Interested in hearing them. Thanks for making lockdown just a bit more tolerable. Keep squirming, pod heroes. Your boy, Clive.
You know what? Before we get into that, I know we talked about live streaming a grill and bake, and I thought maybe we could do a benefit. Scratch that. We should make the Podworms an LLC so we can offer Clive a work visa to the United States so he can escape.
Totally.
He can get away from this.
Get away from your house.
Absolutely.
To where the virus is the worst.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Come to Washington, Clive. That's not
Go to our safe haven.
That's a great idea. Well, first of all, Clive sounds like he's doing the Lord's work in his household.
Yeah.
I mean,
Picking up slack.
be the change you want to see in the world, Clive, and you're doing that. I think most of us here live with a partner instead of roommates. Well, Chase.
I'll go.
I mean,
first.
Chase and Phil.
Yeah,
Chase
I
and
wanna
Phil,
hear
no
Chase and
exception.
Phil.
Chase and Phil, no exception.
One of
Really?
my
Your
roommates
relationship status,
is a
Chase and
big
Phil?
is a big idiot and smells bad all the time. And his name is not Joe. And there's three of us, so you do the math.
I will concede the point that I do smell bad. I was wearing the same outfit yesterday.
Dude, I wear the same outfit every day, bro.
Yes. Idiot.
Yeah,
Pretty
It's like
high up on that old IQ scale, if I'm
it's just hard.
honest.
It's frustrating.
sure.
It's frustrating living with someone so stupid. You know.
The worst part is that he
Oh.
thinks he's smart.
Actually, to be fair, we did get a new roommate. We got a cat. And this cat
That's-
wakes me up at 5 a.m. every single day with its meowing. And that's pretty
dude.
goddamn annoying.
Yeah,
Does
she's
Joe
just a baby.
collect animals?
It's like
he would
Pokemon
to.
around here.
If he had if he could, he would. But we have this one cat, and her name is Butter Nugget, and she's
What a
yeah,
great
I know
name.
exactly. She's cute as shit. She's kind of like fat, and she likes to get belly rubs, but she is such she wants belly rubs all the time, especially right in the morning or anytime you walk by, and she will meow at you until you stop what you're doing and pet her, and then she'll just lay over to the side. So yeah, she's a new
In
roommate
addition,
that's taking a lot of, yeah.
her meow sounds like a cat that's been smoking for 15 years. It is
So she
cute,
makes this-
but it's like,
Yeah, she makes it sound like she's gonna
God.
die. Like she's gonna die if you don't pet her.
That would have been my first guess from the name Butter Nugget.
Yeah.
Butter
Like,
nugget.
to be fair, I've been trying to recondition her. I call her George because I think Butter Nugget's not a great name. So I just call her George every
And
time.
Phil also just has always wanted a cat named George, he said. When the first day we got her, he was like, I'm gonna call her George.
Yeah, which is obviously a better name for a cat.
Yeah.
It is. It really is. And
Yep.
she's starting to respond to it a little bit. So I don't know. She's
Okay.
old as shit. So it might take another 15 years.
Sure.
One annoying thing that the quarantine has highlighted, not to just go back to the bathroom talk every episode, but why stop now?
Why not?
That there's an ongoing debate of toilet seat up versus toilet seat down, where it's like, you should put the seat down for me. And I'm like, you should put the seat up for me. And so it just never goes anywhere. And so the compromise is that because we have two bathrooms, that one will be my bathroom and one will be her bathroom. And in my bathroom, I get to leave the seat however the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And then in her bathroom,
Nice.
I have to put the seat back down after I use it. And the problem is that I do sometimes use her bathroom, and I do sometimes kind of forget because, who wants to put the seat back down? It's icky. I just pissed all over it. So
it didn't even get in the bowl.
Over the lid.
you peed on an up seat.
yeah, I don't want to touch that thing. It's disgusting.
Just using the backboard.
The issue might be that you're just peeing everywhere but in the toilet.
The pee is absolutely everywhere, and so that has been a problem since the quarantine, and I don't know how to resolve it. I don't know.
What possessed you guys to not? Because you've had two bathrooms. Did you have two bathrooms when you were downstairs in that place too?
Nope, one bathroom.
What possessed you when you moved upstairs to not do the two separate bathrooms?
It just, we had always had one bathroom for the longest time and had somehow survived. And then at some point we were just like squabbling over it. And then we said, hey, there's two bathrooms. Let's separate, keep them separated.
Yeah. Segregation of
Exactly.
bathrooms.
Exactly.
Do you have a no girls allowed sign on your bathroom?
Well, no, because the shower's in there. So she has to use it occasionally.
So they do. Okay, so you guys do have to use each bathroom.
You could have a no girls allowed sign that says in parentheses for pooping.
No pooping girls allowed.
No pooping girls allowed. That's good.
That's a good tip too. If the shower's in there, Andrew, like that whole thing's kind of like a backboard.
It absolutely is.
With pee
It's
everywhere problem.
Why would
It's a
she want
backboard
to be in
bidet.
that shower?
Well, she has to get clean, or so I'm told.
I
Not
mean,
at
why
that
are you
risk.
why are you even trying to pee in the toilet if you got the shower there?
Yeah. Why not just walk over to the shower, open the door, pee right in?
Well, I used to use my shower downstairs as a urinal. I think I've said that on this podcast.
Yeah.
And if I didn't before, then I'll say it right now. I used to use it as a urinal, which means like I wouldn't pee when the water's running. I would just open the door and pee into it. But that's because it was really a shower that looked like kind of a gym shower, like very
Like just in the corner.
It was like a prison shower, basically.
It kind of looked like you could pee in it.
You could not fit more than one human being in there. And to pick up, like if you dropped a bar of soap in that shower, you would have to do a squat to pick it up. You could not bend your body in half to pick it up because it's so small. But it was so urinal like, I just couldn't help myself but just pee in it. And here's the thing too, that was actually our resolution for the problem before, because I would just pee in the shower. I wouldn't touch the lid. So the lid was always down for pooping or female peeing, and I would just pee in the shower. And I didn't miss, because you can't miss a shower. Right?
Right.
I'm a big proponent of just like making the toilet seat thinner. Like, how small are you that you miss the toilet seat? Why don't you make the toilet seat a little bit thinner? And then there's way more target area.
That sounds horribly uncomfortable.
But can you make it like wider on like just the outsides?
Yeah.
You know?
Like take an inch off the inside, you got way more surface area, bigger target space.
Better idea. Take the seat off entirely. Put like a little rope with a bar above, and then you just kind of hold it and lean back. There's no seat for anybody.
Perfect. That's the only way to make things equal.
How do you wipe?
Carefully.
A bidet.
You just go one hand.
Oh my god! Yeah, you get a bidet, or you have to one hand.
You Georgia the Jungle it. It's the only way to go.
Man, upper body strength.
Totally stumped on that. Wow. Yeah. I thought this was foolproof, and
you wouldn't last a minute on Shark Tank.
Well, my advice to you, Clive, is to just keep yourself in a good Zen mental state, because I think you're going to be in this place for a while. So it's a marathon, not a sprint. And maybe have that house discussion, and that'd be great content for our show. Is that if you can have this confrontation with them and then let us know how it went.
Also take some noodles and hide them.
Hide the nudes. Hide the
noodles somewhere.
Food.
Not that I do that
Are
here.
you an adult? Buy your own fucking noodles.
No, just hide them. Just grab the noodles that someone else bought and hide them. You don't even have to do it that far. You can just put it in like the next cabinet over. No one will ever look, because the noodles are always in one spot.
He could one up the person, and instead of using 2, he could use 3. Clive, use 3 noodle packs.
Yes.
When you make it. See how he likes it.
Fuck it. Use 5.
Dude,
use all 5.
Use all 5 in the pack. Yeah.
Or poison the noodles.
Yeah. And don't eat any.
And then you're like, well, he doesn't like noodles anymore because he has diarrhea every time he eats them.
Okay, this may be making this overcomplicated, but instead of taking, take little bits of noodles from each pack, and then make a super pack, and that's your noodles. Then the person that's taking 2, they're really just getting 1 because you've already extracted the noodles.
That's a pretty good idea too.
Go the reverse course. Give him all
off the top.
Yeah. Give him all the
noodle
noodles.
packs.
Offer him all the noodles. Make him feel like a bad person for taking all your noodles. And then every time he eats noodles, just stare at him and say, "You like those noodles?"
I love noodles.
They look good. Our very own Kevin McCoy's had too much time on his hands and was thinking about Angels in the Outfield.
So I got very stoned this week, and like the movie Angels in the Outfield came up, and because of how stoned I was, I just kind of like dived into the philosophy of it. So the basic premise of the movie, right, is that kids' parents are getting divorced, and the dad says that him and his mom will get back together when the Angels win the pennant, right? And so this kid's prayer to God,
a fucked up thing to tell your kid, first of all.
yeah,
but also that dad has a bitchin' motorcycle.
Oh, all right. Well,
He's
sorry,
a
I didn't
cool
mean to
guy.
interrupt.
He's a really cool guy.
So he can say cool shit like that.
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, I mean, it's just such a throwaway. Like this will never happen. But the craziest thing to me though is this kid then, like, first of all, believes him, like that's what it will take. Like, I don't know, like, he seems like he's old enough in that movie to know that that's clearly a joke, but
Stupid,
still
dude.
takes it.
Kids are so
Takes
dumb.
that entire sentence at complete face value and offers up this whole thing as like a wish to God. I assume they show stars, but they don't really show God, but there's clearly angels that come. So I assume there's some sort of God figure in this. And God hears this prayer, I guess, fully knowing the whole situation with him and his parents. And it's like, I can solve part of this. And he like sends angels that literally only this kid can see to help the Angels win, knowing full well that whether or not the Angels win, his parents are not getting back together.
Sorry, just a point. His parents aren't divorced.
Weren't they getting divorced?
No, I believe his mother's dead.
What was
really?
What was the whole
Wait,
point?
what?
Wait, okay, this is the biggest twist of
Hold on
Angels
a
in the
second.
Outfield that no one talks
I'm
about.
looking it up right now.
Still in limited contact with his widowed father. Roger asks when they'll be a family again.
What an asshole!
When they'll
This
be a
dad's
family.
the
His father replies sarcastically, "I'd say when the Angels win the pennant." Taking his father's words literally, he prays to God to help the Angels win. After he
Nice.
prays, a star unseen by him twinkles in the sky.
See, so Dad is a dick, dude.
That's
suck.
that's even more of a dick move.
Oh,
That
but
does
then here-
suck. Yeah.
Here's the
Maybe
top
when the
part.
Angels win the World Series.
Yeah, I'll take
true.
care of my only son once the Angels win the out. I just said when
Once the Angels win the outfield.
Halfway through the movie, Roger
Can't, winning the outfield's not even possible. Fucking idiot.
Once they fucking win that outfield,
You can't
you
even win
idiot.
the outfield. That's not how baseball works. You
I
should have
hate
played
you, kid.
baseball when you were a kid.
I like how the dad's like, yeah, once they win the pennant, all right, see you later, orphan. I got some motorcycling to do.
The weirdest part is when it ends and his mom comes back to life.
Yeah.
like, partly alive. She's part zombie.
then
Yeah,
she's
it's
like,
a real
let's-
monkey's paw situation.
She says, let's get the family back together.
You didn't want this. This isn't what you wanted. It's so gory. It's terrible.
The dad
Oh,
has to
man.
run her over on his motorcycle.
This sounds like a movie that some writer thought he was real clever. Like, oh, Angels in the outfield because the Angels are the team and there's Angels. And then he got a big fucking pay raise for coming up with that.
Oh yeah.
And then they were like, okay, go write the movie. And he was like, well,
Dude,
no,
that
that's
movie,
like all I had so far.
that movie fucking works because of that soundtrack, though.
Yeah.
When
Is it a good
they
soundtrack?
got their arms up and down, I mean, chills.
Okay, Kevin, you're
Shook.
not allowed to answer this, and anybody with the Wikipedia page open can't answer too. But who plays the kid that can see the angels?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Isn't that nuts?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Really?
Robin from Batman plays the Angels in the Outfield boy.
Yeah.
Damn. This came out in 1994.
Yeah, he was a little kid.
He was
Who was the dad? For some reason, I'm picturing not.
I don't remember who the dad was. I just remember Danny Glover being a big part.
Yeah.
Oh, Danny Glover
Oh,
and
yeah.
Christopher Lloyd, the
Christopher
doc.
Lloyd, yeah.
That's right.
That's a good
Speaking of
movie.
Christopher Lloyd, if you go to
Tony
if you go
Danza's in
to
it, too.
O'ReillyAutoparts.com right now and you search like PJ935 in their parts search bar, you get the thing that causes you to go back in time in
The flux capacity.
Yeah, you get the flux
Oh,
capacitor.
I've seen that. Yeah,
That's great.
dude,
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey's in Angels in the Outfield.
Who's the dad? Is that the dad?
Dermot
He's like-
Mulroney.
He's
How do I
For
know
some
that?
reason, I'm picturing the dad from the one about the kids and the baseball and the Sandlot. That one.
Oh yeah,
I don't think that's
dude.
the same dad.
Adrian Brody's in this movie.
What?
Wow, dude.
What?
Everyone's in this movie.
There's a little something
insane.
for everybody.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right. Well, we have a new game here to end out the episode. I think we may have done a version of this before, but I can't remember.
Is it called
I'm
Who's
delirious.
in Angels in the Outfield?
It's not. We already
Love
played
that
that
game.
one, and
I
we've
love that
named
game.
every person on the cast. This is
Oh,
called,
not every person.
this is
No,
called.
no, not everyone.
There's a
Tony
whole
Danza.
stadium. They play in front of a whole stadium.
Yeah. You know
This
who's
is
an extra in
quarantine. This or
movie?
that. Who?
What?
Go ahead, Peter. Go ahead,
No,
Peter.
I want to know.
Go ahead,
do you know
Peter.
who
Make your
it was?
stupid joke you had to cut me off for. Go ahead, Peter.
Do you know
Go ahead,
anybody?
I don't. So this is called quarantine this or that. And we're all forced with these decisions that we typically wouldn't be in these odd circumstances. And we might come up against these decisions that we wouldn't normally have to make. And they might be tough decisions. And so I'm going to give you guys a few situations here and you can tell me what you prefer to do. Starting with, and there's varying levels of severity here. Okay, guys, these are all not world ending situations. I don't want to get you guys too hyped for this.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, starting with, would you rather sleep in for an hour or take a midday hour nap?
Oh, midday hour nap.
Sleep in for an hour
Sleep
because
in.
I mean I don't know if I've slept in, then I don't need to take a nap. So like, what is the point of breaking up the day? Because then it's like starting a new day. Because then you got to like get up and like actually wake up and then like get ready, and then you're just wasting even more time because you're waking up twice
Totally.
that day. You know what I mean?
Like,
I'm not
think
a nappy
about
guy.
like, think about like that. Like you had lunch. It's kind of warm out. It's maybe an hour afterwards. You're getting kind of tired, and you just like lay down on the couch, knock out for an hour, come back. You'll feel great.
Oh yeah, my kind of guy, Jim. That's life changing.
I have to agree. I think there's almost nothing better than a nap in the sun, like a cat. And it's becoming that time of year where you can reliably take a nap at like 4 or 5 o'clock and it's still nice and sunny out. And it just feels great just to have the sensation of falling asleep in the middle of the day. The sun's on your face. You're getting a little bit of warmth. Way better than sleeping in for an extra hour.
Meh.
No, I've always said the best 10 minutes of my day are the 10 minutes before my alarm goes off. So if I extend that from 10 to 60 minutes, I'm all about that.
Phil's told me this before, and I kind of get it, but I also don't get it because those are the 10 minutes where you're like, oh God, whole day is coming up. Plus my alarm is about to go off and I have to get up and get going and go do shit. Like to me, some of the best times of the day are when you're like laying in bed trying to fall asleep, you're like, yes.
Yeah.
No,
I'm with for me.
I'm sorry, that's the swirling anxiety time of my life, trying to fall asleep. I don't like that.
Dude, we're opposites then in that case.
The worst part is if I wake up to an alarm. If it's like, bam, 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 and you're off to the races, got to do, don't like it. I like 10 minutes to lay in bed, be like, this is great. Kind of like do like a little cat move like this. Our viewers can't see it, but just like, I'm so comfy and warm. It's so good.
Yeah.
Pull that blanket right up to your chin. It's
I totally get that. It's like I always do one snooze because this minutes when you sleep during a snooze are the best minutes you sleep because I don't stay awake necessarily. I see it and I'm like, oh, I got to get up, and then I'm like, no, I don't. I get to go back to bed, and then I go back to bed, and that's like the nicest. And then you wake up and you're like, okay, fuck, I got it.
Yeah, that's true.
Fair enough. Okay. Next up, we're in a little bit of a conservation mode. Maybe the supply chain's been interrupted and we can't get some products. So, would you rather have to, and you can, I guess, only pick one of these, conserve deodorant by using it once every other day, or conserve body wash by showering every other day?
Oh, conserve deodorant by far.
I think deodorant.
Yeah. So take your normal showers and just use deodorant every other day.
Yeah, because I think that's kind of what I'm doing
right now.
already.
Well, wait a second. But if you're just taking a shower every other day, I don't shower every day now that I'm just chilling here.
Yeah.
It's every other day, so I already do that.
typically
And
every other
also,
day.
how many
If I
how
could-
many swipes are you with the deodorant? Because I'm like a 7 swipe kind of guy. I go heavy on the deodorant.
Yeah, me
I
too.
actually do
I'm not.
too,
I'm
yeah.
not even a swipe. It's just kind of like a rub it in,
Just cake it
rub
on
in.
there, dude.
Yeah,
Oh
You know
yeah,
what's
dude.
interesting?
it's like an inch thick.
If my armpits don't make a squelching noise,
Yeah, like a nice squeegee.
You know what's interesting, Phil, is that like I haven't like changed the deodorant like usage, but I've reduced my swipes now that I'm just at home. So like
Really?
before I was like a 7 swipe, but now I'm like I'll do 3, and then I'm like I'm done. I'm like I'm not gonna be smelly around anybody. I'm at home.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
see,
very green of you.
fair
I'm
point.
not. I'm not conserving because I went to the store and I got deodorant, and then I got home and I had a package and realized that when I was high, I ordered like 4 deodorants. So
Plus,
I've
also,
got a lot of deodorant right now, and I'm gonna use it. Okay, I'm gonna smell real
Luxury.
nice.
That's luxury.
Okay. Would you rather have a week of Top Ramen for dinner or a week of Hot Pockets for dinner? All the same.
Pockets.
We'll keep it all the same flavor of both, so you can't like rotate
Okay.
between.
All right.
so
Can
like
I put
Oriental
stuff in
on
the
the
ramen?
top ramen,
Oriental on the top ramen.
Can I
and
put
then
stuff in the top
ham and
one?
cheese on the hot pocket.
Wait, why
Oh, sure.
Oriental? Wait,
That's
whoa,
the
whoa,
best
whoa.
flavor.
Oriental's
Wait,
like the blue top ramen.
That's the
Yeah,
best.
but like
it's like the
the,
classic.
What about the chicken?
the regular
No,
flavor?
no.
Yeah, chicken is like the normal one.
Chicken's
No,
the
Oriental's the
best
normal
one.
one.
No, it is not, dude. Chicken is like the most famous flavor. Oh man, I'm gonna look up
Yeah,
top ramen sales.
Just
right
Google
now.
search
Mm.
top ramen, and if the red one comes up or the orange one comes up, let me
Okay.
know.
Can you put stuff in the ramen, or do you have to just?
You
eat
could
it
probably
plain?
put stuff in it.
Oh, put some nice sriracha.
No, I mean for this scenario.
I would say no. It has to
Like
be
I can't
pure.
put an egg in it.
Yeah, you can't put anything in it. That's like me putting, something on top of the Hot Pocket.
Dude, you know what
Yeah.
the best Hot Pocket is? It's the fucking breakfast one, the sausage and egg. Oh, they're
Wow.
smaller,
Yes.
but they are so good.
Dude, okay.
Oh, good.
Do you guys want to know what the top ramen?
is-
Hold on a second.
Oriental.
Oh, that
is-
was just a poll.
Oriental.
No. Sorry, that's just a poll. I gotta find like actual.
Watch as there's like a flavor called original that we just never thought about.
None of us have ever had.
I'm pretty sure they just misspelled original and wrote Oriental.
Oh no, it's chicken.
Okay,
It's chicken
well,
for sure.
Phil, if you had the flavor it's like spicy chicken, it's a green package. You can't find it anymore.
Honestly, I've graduated from what is that, Nissan or Maruchum?
Yeah,
I've graduated to like Asian food store ramen.
right.
I'm like high class. I'm like almost 30. I got to get like away
Good
from
shit.
top ramen.
Nice,
Comes in a
nice.
prepackaged bowl.
Congrats, dude.
Sometimes it comes in a bowl. Sometimes there's multiple like flavor packets. Sometimes there's just oil in these ones.
Whoa.
You do a little powder, a little oil. It's,
Ooh,
it's
that
a whole
sounds great.
production.
Dang.
Yeah.
Does all the
I'm
oil
getting hungry.
go into the bowl, or does some of the oil go on you for the experience?
I put it right in my eyeball. I'm trying to dye my eyes blue.
Some essential oil. Okay.
Chase, do
last
you have
up-
any updates on that?
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay. So, do you guys want to base it off of a HuffPost article that ranks them?
Yes.
Yeah, as long as it's chicken, yeah.
The top flavor is something that I've actually never seen before, and the top flavor is actually no. We'll start. The ranking. Oriental is number 8 first of all.
Savage.
Oh,
As it should be.
Then,
Fake
Then-
news, HuffPost. Fake news.
then mushroom.
Ew.
This is fake news. There's
Biggest
no way
insult to
mushroom is
Oriental
better than
lovers
Oriental.
everywhere.
All right, just
Get outta here.
Just calm down. Here we go. The next is roast beef, which I've never seen before.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah, that sounds
Okay.
really good. Way better than Oriental and mushroom.
Number 5. Number 5 is chicken mushroom.
Ooh.
Okay,
But
okay.
there's chicken.
It's close.
It's not even regular chicken. And then number 4 is pork.
Oh yeah.
Number 3 is regular chicken.
Okay.
Number 2, shrimp.
Okay, I've had that one. It's really good. That
You
one's
guys guess what number 1 is then?
Original.
There is no
It's
Is it just
original.
beef?
number 1. It's one I've never seen before. Roast
Okay.
chicken.
Ooh.
What is it?
Roast chicken.
Nope, never had it.
Yeah, I've never even seen it.
I'm
I've
pretty
never
sure the
seen it.
HuffPost pulled North Korea on this one. Like this is
Oh
not
my
like
God.
actual results.
This
Well,
is not
North
like
Korea has
actual
actual-
results.
Come on.
27 years. Of
Whatever,
eating
dude.
ramen.
Chicken is the main flavor of top ramen.
Yeah,
not
chicken.
Oriental.
Chicken has
100%.
like 4 or 5 spots up on Oriental, according to this
100%.
HuffPost article, which I trust with my
I
life.
don't understand.
Oriental will be the best flavor when the Angels win the outfield.
Win the outfield.
Once they win that outfield,
Yeah, you come talking to me then about
When they-
Oriental being the best flavor of
When
top
they win
ramen.
the outfield.
It'd be a great way to stylize the movie's name to have it be like with a W in parentheses in front of the N, like Angels win the outfield. Yeah.
That's great.
All right. Last up here. Would you rather blow your nose with TP or wipe your ass with tissues?
Oh,
Blow nose
your
and
nose
TP.
with TP.
Blow nose and TP. That's kind of where I'm at.
You
already.
sure about that one?
I'm
yes,
good with the tissues
about
on the
that.
ass.
Okay.
If I
why?
could do tissues on the ass, I'd do it all the time. They're way softer.
Mhm.
But they fall apart.
They fall. Yeah, they fall
No.
way apart.
Okay. Hold on. You guys are like using like a really terrible argument because they fall apart. If you use one square of toilet paper, it falls apart. You just use multiple of the thing,
Damn.
and it doesn't
Uh-huh.
fall apart.
Damn.
And you get the bonus of it being incredibly soft.
Phil,
And
did
if
you
get
take the
puffs-
debate class?
I was born with this skill. You can't learn it.
Do they make toilet paper that is like that has like the lotion in it or whatever?
Oh, that would be
Uh,
amazing.
Also, you're not
So-
supposed to flush. You're not supposed to flush tissues.
Aha!
I have to interject.
That's my argument.
When I was really sick this winter, I got the puffs that had the built-in, I think it was Dayquil or something, and I
Whoa.
used those to wipe my ass. No joke, dude. It sucks. Do not do that.
Wait, what happened? What
Did it
happened?
sting?
It burned my asshole for like so long. Probably like 2 hours. I was riding the bus. I wiped my ass with menthol tissues.
But all your
So,
cold
did you
symptoms
say
went
you
away?
got these?
Oh, I didn't have any sort of drip from my ass. It was fine.
Fine, that's
oh my
good.
god, dude.
Symptoms went away like that. It just burned.
You found a cure.
And an
That's
ass
good to
in need
know.
deserves puffs indeed, man.
So I'm going to go tissues asterisk for my vote.
Okay. Fair enough.
Not flavored tissues.
Okay. Well, if you guys have ever used menthol infused tissues on your ass, will you please let us know? POEspacecast@gmail.com. That's our inbox. You can follow us on all of our social media during this crazy quarantine time. Podworm Spacecast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We even have a website, pwspacecast.com. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Stay safe, wash those hands, and most importantly, as always, space fans,
Keep squirting.